What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and I'm here at Biddy Mason Park in downtown Los Angeles to talk about one of the most underappreciated people in Los Angeles history, Biddy Mason. Former slave turned one of the most prominent landowners in early Los Angeles. Biddy Mason's contribution to this city can't be overlooked and needs to be celebrated. Let's get into it. In 1818, Biddy Mason was born into slavery in Mississippi. She was bought and sold into families South Carolina, Georgia, until one day a man named Robert Smith bought her and her sister. Robert Smith went on a 300-wagon caravan to Utah, 1,700 miles, and Biddy Mason had to walk behind. Not only did she have to walk, she was cleaning, she was herding cattle, and she was a midwife for 3 children the entire way. In 1851, Robert Smith made a crucial mistake for his purposes. He traveled to California, where slavery was illegal. Biddy Mason went to court and earned her freedom in 1856 and set out to make a life for herself, and that she did with such an impact. In 1866, after saving up her wages for 10 years, she bought land. This is 1866. It was nearly 100 years before black people could buy land in certain parts of this country. And here was Biddy Mason in Los Angeles, living free and being an entrepreneur. By 1872, she was already a community leader, and she organized the L.A. First African Methodist Episcopal Church, otherwise known as First AME. That's right, that came from Biddy Mason. All the while, Biddy Mason went back to her roots, and she nursed the sick, comforted prisoners, and pays a grocery to feed the families that were made homeless by the floods in Los Angeles. I mean, we're talking somebody with not just a symbolic, but significant importance on Los Angeles that is almost forgotten about. All the while, Biddy Mason kept saving her money and amassing more and more property, becoming an entrepreneur and one of the prominent landowners in Los Angeles, including selling land to other black people who couldn't buy land due to redlining at the time in Los Angeles. I'm talking a real pioneer. So Biddy Mason has this park and memorial here in downtown Los Angeles, but truth be told, she deserves a lot more. She's one of the most important people in the history of this city, and she needs to be celebrated. All right, LA, it's been a minute.